Hello, my name is John Anthony Bachmanwitz, and I'm with SAFE Counseling Program, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my program. SAFE stands for Supportive Alliance for Family Empowerment. We also do business as Supportive Alliance. A person has an incident or trauma that happens to them in their life, and that causes them pain and hurt. And they don't bother to identify those primary emotions, the sadness, the disappointment, the shame, embarrassment, concern, or fear. And they don't bother to give themselves the A.C.A.T, the respect, understanding, acceptance, caring, appreciation, and trust that they need in order to alleviate that pain and hurt. What they often do is distractions, where they do things to keep busy as a way of avoiding having to feel that pain and hurt. Or we distract ourselves by being in another person's business, wondering what they're doing, what they're thinking, or telling them what to do or think. Distractions, whether we're in somebody else's business or we're just keeping busy, is one of the ways we're trying to avoid having to feel that emotional pain. It doesn't make the pain go away no matter how much we distract ourselves. Other people resort to addictions. And addictions don't have to just be drugs or alcohol. It can be food, sleep, sex, TV, exercise, work, anything that I do for the express purpose of avoiding having to feel my feelings can be an addiction. Other people put up that emotional wall and try to numb out to that pain and hurt. And you can tell when a person's put up that emotional wall because they'll say, I don't care. I don't care. When I'm telling myself I don't care, what I'm trying to do is to convince others, but first and foremost, convince myself that I'm not feeling or having any emotional pain. But it's not true. It's there. So what invariably happens is when we have that incident or trauma that causes pain and hurt, we take those primary emotions and we turn them to the secondary emotion of anger. And then we direct that anger at others in the form of blaming. And it's a way of trying to have willpower over others, and we're being verbally, emotionally, or physically abusive. Or we take those primary emotions of pain and hurt and we turn it to the secondary emotion of anger that we direct at ourselves in the form of blaming, but still a way that we're trying to have willpower over others. Because what we're trying to do with that anger is we're trying to make somebody else give us that A.C.A.T as a way of trying to alleviate our emotional pain, instead of learning how to identify our emotional pain and giving ourselves the A.C.A.T that we need. Even if somebody else wanted to give me that love, it's not going to make my pain go away until I give me that love. I could have 10 people sitting in that room with you right now telling you that you're a lovable person. But if you don't believe that you're lovable, you're going to think that they're just 10 dumb people. By the same token, if you know that you're lovable and they're telling you that you're not, then you know in your own heart that they just don't know me, or else they wouldn't be saying that. Now, none of these things in the white boxes make our pain go away. And something that we do to ourselves is when we have a fear of losing or not getting something, and we turn it to anger that we direct at ourselves, that's what we do that causes depression. Depression is fear turned to anger that is directed at self. Now, when I can learn how to identify those primary emotions and then see what I need to do to give myself that respect, understanding, acceptance, caring, appreciation, and trust, then it's like me cooking a meal where I provide the meat and potatoes. If all I have to eat is meat and potatoes, I can live off of that. When I get A.C.A.T from others, it's like getting gravy. And when I cook the meat and potatoes and I get gravy from others, I've got a really tasty meal. However, If I'm not bothering to give myself that love, I'm not cooking my own meat and potatoes. All other people can give me is gravy. And I can have all the A.C.A.T gravy in the world, and it's just not going to be nutritious enough to sustain me. That's why we have to learn how to identify our pain and hurt, and then see it for what it is, an area that I'm not providing that love in the form of the A.C.A.T from me to me. Love from self to self heals our pain and hurt. Wanting love from others turns to pain and grievance when we do not get enough. And nobody else can give me enough like I can give me.